Good morning, good evening, and good night, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am finally back with another Krita tutorial. It's been so long and I decided it was finally time, now that we're nearing my favorite number of subscribers, that we should make another Krita video. So here's the deal. Somebody in my comments, this guy right here, was asking how to start a drawing and how to export stuff after you are finished creating your artwork. So to start a drawing, of course, your first time in here, you're going to go to New File. So the first process of starting something is, if you're doing something, what I sometimes do is I make physical paintings, but then I need to make certain dimension reference photos. So what I'll do is I'll switch this to inches. So this right here can be switched to any type of measurement you would like. Once you've chosen that measurement, you can put in numbers. So as you can see, this is 8.5 by 11, which was the last thing I did, was a piece of paper I was doing a painting on. So once you have done this, you choose the resolution, and this says PPI. Now, PPI stands for pixels per inch. As you can see, it just popped up as I was saying it. So as you can see, it's set to 300. So for every inch here, there's 300 pixels. So there's 11 inches here, so it's 3,300 pixels. As you can see down here, it will tell you that, so you don't have to do that yourself. 2,550 pixels by 3,300 pixels. After this, you can choose, you don't have to save the image size as anything, but if you want a predefined, you can say this is paper, save it. And now if you go in here, you can see the ones that you've custom added. Once you've done all of this and you're comfortable with choosing RGB or grayscale or any of these, you can choose create. I don't know what the other two do because they aren't very important right now. So now you're started off with a blank canvas. So the first thing that I always like to do is change my background color. This is a new thing I've started, it isn't in any of my more recent videos, but I like to change it to a sort of purplish color. A very grayish purplish color, sort of like this, and then I will go to here. This is locked, so this means that you cannot do anything on this layer. Layer is locked. So before you change the background, you need to unlock the layer and fill it in. Now you can lock it again to make sure that you don't accidentally draw on there. Move up to this layer and rename it. My favorite thing to do is rename the layers before I start doing anything. That way I remember to do it, and instead of just having a whole bunch of layers that don't have names. Now that we started the drawing, the first thing I like to do is choose a pencil. I usually use this pencil right here, mostly because it's right near the top and because I don't have any reason not to use it. Switch to your brush if it's not already selected, and now you can draw whatever you want. As we have a very high resolution, we should probably bring the size of this brush up here. I'm not using a graphics tablet, so this will be very hard edges, but yeah, that is how you do that. Okay, so now let's say we have a nice, beautiful smiley face artwork that you love very much, and it's got a tongue and everything, and you're very proud of it. You don't want it to get deleted. You want to send it to your grandma and your cousins and your aunts and uncles. You want to send it to all of them. Go up to here. Right here you can see File. So when you see here, you can have Save or Save As. Now save, if you have not already saved the file as, save will do the same thing as Save As. Save As will bring you to here, and now you can choose anywhere that you want your file to save to. So if we double click on art, it'll save in this spot. It won't save into any of these, it'll save right here. Next thing we want to do is choose a name for it. I think that's a suiting name for this beautiful artwork. And now you can see Save As Type. Oh my gosh, what is this? Okay, so if you choose all supported formats, just like that, you now can choose on your own, you can type in what kind of file you would like. Or, oh sorry, we deleted that D, we need to make sure this name is right. You can change it to anything else. Now, here's the thing, Krita documents will save to be re-edited by Krita. They cannot be opened by other projects. There's also a GIMP brush, a GIF image, all of these. Now, my favorite to use is PNG. You can also use JPEG. The difference is one compresses and one does not, and JPEG, if you have any transparent spots, will not keep it transparent. It will change it to white, whereas PNG will keep it transparent. Now that we've done this, we just hit save. And there you go. Now we have this. This is kind of confusing. This is the lossless compression, so it is different from JPEG, which will compress the image in a different way. So here you can choose how compressed you want it to be. This will be very compressed and sort of blurry actually when you go to look at it, and this will be not compressed at all. I like to leave it at normal. I don't really want to mess with that. And now you can see transparent color. This doesn't matter at all. Now you can choose to also save the image as a Krita file if you have not done that already, and now we'll do both for you automatically. And just press OK. I didn't save it as a Krita file because I don't plan on keeping this image, but there you go, now it's fully saved. Now if you use save, it will go back to the PNG image spot. You don't have to reset the name and what to save it as, but if you choose PNG image, it'll always bring this up. If you had chosen Krita file, it will always just automatically save it as that Krita file. As you can see, if we go to File, Save As, and we choose Krita, document right here, .kra, save it, there you go, that's it. It just saves down in the bottom here, and that's all we have to do. You can also use Control S to save, or Control Shift S to save as. Okay, so now that we know how to save, I'm going to show you how to load files, but before I do that, I have a couple of announcements to make. So first of all, I have this thing called a Buy Me a Coffee page. So it's kind of like Patreon, but it's not a subscription if you don't want it to be. You see, if you go into my Buy Me a Coffee page, which is in the description, you can just choose to donate. I do not have any subscription set up, so it's just a small donation. You don't even have to create an account. You just fill out your information and you can donate that way. This has a lot more benefits from Patreon. This is not sponsored. This sounds like it is sponsored, but it is not. It is just so that you guys know that there is a way to donate to the channel. As I am working on saving up for a gaming computer, I plan on getting that started soon, and I will be building that myself, and then I will be able to make much higher quality content on this channel, including art videos will be much higher quality, such as 1080p or even 4K if it comes to that. Aside from this, also, I would like to get back into drawing videos, but I don't usually have very much motivation to do so. So to help motivate me, if you guys can get this video to 10 likes, I will make another drawing video. Or, if you can get this video to 100 subscribers in the next week by telling some friends, sending a video to someone who could use it, I will make an art video every other week for the entirety of this channel's lifetime. Unless I, of course, choose to split the channel into 2 channels, I will still, every other week, create Krita videos, drawing videos, time-lapse videos, and even maybe physical painting or drawing videos in real life. Okay, so now that all of that is over, I know it's a lot of boring stuff, I'm going to show you how to load files. So once you are done with your drawing and you've saved it, you might have closed Krita. Now, if you hadn't closed it, if you want to load something, it's not load, it's open. You want to open the file. You can also just do Control-O to instantly open, bring you to this page right here. Now we can find a file and we can just click on it. Let's try and not open a bad file. Let's just open this right here. This is a base design I've been working on for Unturned. If you have not seen those videos, you should go check them out. It is pretty great. Now that you have this file loaded, that's all you need to do. You have the file loaded, your file is open. But if you want to load, say, an image on top, that is not how you will do it. If you go to here and go File, and you go to Load or Open, and you choose a PNG image or something, it will not load on top of this as a new layer, it will load in a new section. This is something that confused me for a very long time. I actually had to Google it myself. So how do we load an image on top of this image right here? All you have to do is you go to Layer. I know it's kind of weird, but you have to go to Layer, Import/Export, go to Import again, and then As Paint Layer right there. And that will import whatever you choose as a new layer. Let's just choose this right here, and boom, it goes right there. That is some math. Look at that, beautiful math. But now you can see it is on its own layer. We can move it around, do whatever we want with it, and we'll not move the other layer. We can delete this layer, and that is it. Other than that, there's not much to talk about with saving, loading, creating new projects. So if you guys enjoyed, please smash like. 10 likes, I'll make another video. 100 subscribers in the next week by telling a friend, sending this video to a friend, sending a video you will think that a friend would find useful to them. And we get 100 subscribers in the next week. I know it's kind of insane to think that we could ever get 100 by the end of this week. I will make a new Krita video every other week until this channel dies. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.